Hello everyone. The Pahalgam attack was a tragic incident where brave security personnel lost their lives defending the nation. It reminds us of the ongoing challenges to peace and security in our country. Such events strengthen our resolve to build a safer, united Bharat. So, this is K. Vijayalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Scient Institute of Technology. Young citizens, especially B.Tech students, are the architects of Bharat's future. Their innovation, skills, and vision hold the power to drive the nation towards progress and self-reliance. As the torchbearers of tomorrow, their role of shaping a strong, advanced India is truly indispensable. So today we are going to take few opinions of the students, how they are reacting and giving their contribution towards the nation. First I would like to introduce Mahesh from first year and Akshit from first year. Hello Mahesh. Hello Akshit.
Hello.
Okay, now Akshit, what you felt as soon as you heard about the incident?
Ma'am, after hearing this incident, I felt very sad and I had very anger in my face, and I want to show it to the people. So I've come to this podcast to express my feeling about this, and I felt very sad for the people who have lost their lives in the Pahalgam attack. And this Pahalgam attack is mainly because of the terrorist attack that is the resistance force which attacked Kashmir, the Pahalgam area on 22nd April. So wife who lost her husband after marriage, after 7 days of marriage, has made me more sad about this attack.
My next question is to both of you. So, why don't we sacrifice Kashmir despite facing deaths?
Kashmir, because Kashmir is the only state we are fighting for, as Kashmir is for India, and as a southern country, India is helping Kashmir in multiple regions in medical, in force and other things. When the partition happened between Pakistan and Bangladesh and India, Pakistan multiple times attacked Kashmir without letting them know it. And there is a region also called as Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And this Pakistan occupied Kashmir is a part where Pakistan conquered Kashmir by killing innocent lives of Kashmir. Even though if Kashmir want to mix up with and end up tying with Pakistan, Kashmir wouldn't accept it because Pakistan never guaranteed the lives of Kashmir people. As they were already, even though the Kashmir people are Muslims and the Pakistanis are also Muslims, there's always a threat for the life of Kashmir people.
Is there any other reason, Mahesh?
Well, I have few other reasons, I have two reasons actually. So let's go with that. First of all, the Kashmir's geological position on the earth. See, Kashmir and in general Kashmir, this is sharing the borders with close borders with other countries like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, and a bit of China also. These are neighboring countries, and we always have threat from those countries because these are terroristically active countries because we have a lot of terrorist organizations over there. And if we give the Kashmir to Pakistan directly with all the treaties and all the documentation and this officially declared Kashmir as the territory of Pakistan.
Yeah, Mahesh, you told that attacks are so regular in Kashmir. So why can you explain?
Yeah, not only the resistance front, we have a lot of terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda and Taliban and from Afghanistan, and they have each have different motives. But the resistance front, particularly to attack on Jammu and Kashmir frequently, is having a Pakistan front. If we just take the history also, always Pakistan wants to claim that Kashmir is ours and they want to geographically conquer the Kashmir. But they don't have enough infrastructure or military or diplomatic problem solving strategies as India has, to legally or to claim Pakistan is ours.
Yeah, Mahesh, my next question is, do you have any knowledge about military power of India?
Yeah, we particularly talked about the military powers of India and Pakistan, which is compared. So we have three, majorly we look after three military powers, that is the Navy, Air Force and Armed Forces. So particularly let's focus upon Navy first, and India has around 9th place in Navy, and Pakistan is at the 29th on the statistics of, according to 2021 statistics. A main source of naval power, we have these warships, and those are INS Vikrant and Vikramaditya. These are really efficient of aircraft carriers on sea route. So recently from Mumbai they have been deployed to Arabian Sea in order, because Pakistan will be ordering some military aircraft or something via sea route, because it's really cheaper to only bring them to the sea route. So always Pakistan only chooses the sea route to bring all the naval academy, naval things, military appliances to Karachi. So it is a seashore. So what happened? Indian Navy deployed INS Vikrant and Vikramaditya into Arabian Sea. So that is a really good point to block all the naval powers, all the military appliances going into the Pakistan. And if any country tries to help Pakistan illegally also, we have all those naval attachments like the INS Vikrant and Vikramaditya, and we have really powerful missiles called BrahMos. It's developed by Russia and India. So one missile is enough to destroy all these things, all these orders to Pakistan, because according to treaties, any other country is not willing to support help to Pakistan. That's one. And if we just go through statistics of
Wait. Do you think Pakistan will attack again through Navy after Ghazi attack?
yeah, if we just go through Ghazi attack, which
They
was
are dead, right? 22 million.
yes. So if we just go through, we have four wars, not in army. We have a war in armed forces also, like Kargil War, Pakistan and Bangladesh Liberation War in 1970s, 71, 1965 Indo-Pak War, and 48 wars. All these wars, just listen. So after each and every, these all three wars also, in 1999 there was Kargil War. Why do you think, why don't they again go through Navy? Because when it's a defense system for us to block them, not to attack them. I know this because Pakistan couldn't attack on naval them, because they don't have any destroyers in deployed in Navy. So we can't think that Pakistan would definitely come on Navy board. So next we have just we go to Navy armed forces. Pakistan just has 6 lakh armed forces, means active soldiers, and then India have around 14 lakh active soldiers, and war will be always the one side, that is from the India side. So it will be just one side to defeat Pakistan very easy.
Ashish, do you think that if the military power is less at one side, the victory definitely should be the other side?
Where the army forces are more, there is always the upper hand on the side which has more army force. And if you compare Indian support system, the backbone, we get support from Russia, we get support from America, and if you go more in depth, then because of North Korea supporting Pakistan, we might get support from South Korea. Some Asian Eastern countries also might support India because of what Pakistan is doing unfairly. So, like what Pakistan has been doing from the history, like from so many years, they've been attacking India, and then attacking Kashmir multiple times. So these are all the factors where we have upper hand because they all have committed the mistake. So So this is a mistake from their side, and we are just we are going to rectify it and teach them a lesson about this, what they are doing. So this is my point.
And do you think China supports Pakistan on this?
Yeah, China supports Pakistan on this mostly, and because there is a very good affair between China and Pakistan now. Like how we have affair between US and Russia, just like that Pakistan and China have a very good relation between them.
But after the recent tariffs trade war between Russia and China, and I mean USA and China, the market between USA and China has been collapsed significantly. So at this time, China is concentrating more on trade between India and China. I mean, China is focusing more on India. And
But if you think there's a major problem with China supporting it, because after coronavirus, we all stopped using Chinese products, and this is a major factor. We doesn't support Chinese, and if you go with the Chinese products also, like Xiaomi and all, they ain't even good at long lasting or longevity and all. They doesn't make a good supple product. Like they doesn't China is not sure.
yes, but according to population and export relation between China and India, I don't think this can backstab Pakistan, because if China supports Pakistan in a full way in I support Pakistan in full pledge. We have issues between China and India.
Yeah, that wouldn't cause any problem for India, because we have so many support systems.
China always thinks about development in the future. So this, I think, this may cause.
As the thing you are saying, if China supports Pakistan, the development of China might affect because of the trade union issue and all.
Yes, yes. And already the trade union is being affected due to this Trump tariffs. It is more than 252% now. So that's to make backstab Pakistan.
That's okay. Finally, my question is, according to you, who will win if the war is declared between two countries? Who will win according to Bangladesh and also Akshay?
Ma'am, from my side, India will win because of the support system what India has. The missiles, the artillery, the army, the
If China supports Pakistan, then also do you feel that India won?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am, because China, even if China supports Pakistan, how much will it even support? Like, they cannot bring the whole Chinese army or whole aircraft and something.
Just give about how much money they invest,
Yes.
and that amount only the army will be provided to Pakistan. And
And-
that percentage is more way shorter than the percentage of India, because we have Russia, USA, South Korea, and other armies also.
Okay, finally, being students, which you support, war or peace?
Ma'am, I support peace as
Because diplomatic solutions may.
Because I heard that usually youth, that means the students, for 5 weeks also their blood gets boiled.
yes, ma'am.
So even after this brutal attack, you are saying that war is not good. So always you support peace.
Ma'am, I'm choosing peace because of what Modi has decided, our Prime Minister has decided. If he have taken some steps like Indus Water Treaty, the abandonment of Indus Water Treaty, and the headquarters of Islamabad in India, which is located in Delhi, is now not in active position. They are being left after the attack in under 48 hours.
So Modi ji has been taken some initiatives.
Yes.
Now I am asking you a question that being student, if you are Prime Minister, other than the initiatives taken by the Modi, can you suggest any other things?
Ma'am, first thing I would put a military security. I'll upgrade the security at Jammu and Kashmir, and I'll test my missiles to show my strength and what all I have. And I even call the Americans and Russian forces first for the test, because we should also show what's with us, what is supporting us, and what's backing us. And we are going to a peaceful thing because we shouldn't be like that. Like they are being called terrorists because they are doing some bad things, mischievous things. We shouldn't get that name.
What is your opinion?
And I have a little harsh reaction on this, and already we have suspended for a short time Indus Water Treaty, and we are just the Indus Water's three rivers, Chenab, Jhelum and Indus, will be having 80% of water from Pakistan, but we have only got at least 10% now. Though they are suffering for that also, but in the future in US we can suspend that for a prolonged period, and if we control the water flow through the three rivers, and once again let me complete this. If we build canals and store the water and have full control over those three rivers, we can economically just backstab them, and this may cause them to surrender completely because the water is a basic human need. But this has a significant loss for Pakistan. More than 80% of fertile lands, and those 80% water is required for 90% of the agriculture, and those water is going only for the agriculture sector. And just think of a country losing its, like India, Pakistan always depends upon agriculture and food grains. And if we just block those things and they won't have food, they won't have food for fighting against us.
That means we can run over the other country only without war, and we can do strategically.
Yes, that
If
is
strategically we can run,
But
not going to violence.
But I think we should also implement the military forces
Yes,
because
yes.
because
Yeah,
we
we
should
should be alert. We should be alert.
because we should get what we are important from them.
There is a strategy. First, we have to get the emotional weak point of the enemy, and we have to show our strongness on that weak enemy.
Rather than going to violence.
If the powers are equal, there is a less probability of winning who is winning. But if we just go to the weak point of the enemy and just degrade it, and if we just, as my friend said, just improve the army levels and put the water resources over there, and if we use a less army also, because those enemy is a weak, we can easily defeat them. So we can't just go directly, and this is a strategy actually. We call it. We have to go through a strategy. We can't just directly emotionally throw it out, and we can't destroy it.
Right, very good. Thank you so much, Anish and Akshay. Your argument and you have talked to each other in a very democratic way. That I like it very much because you have gathered every information regarding this. But anyway, the final thing is all the students are they want to avoid the violence. Everyone, not only these two, everyone are supporting violence, and especially non-violence, and especially these two students are telling that we should follow and we should avoid the war through a strategic way. So that sounds good. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, next I would like to introduce Mustafa, first year, Scient Institute of Technology. Hello Mustafa.
Hello.
Yeah, as soon as you heard about the situation, what were your emotions?
तो जैसा मैं वो वीडियो देखा और उसके जितने रिपोर्ट्स आए ना, उसके हिसाब से देखे तो बहुत बुरा फील हुआ। इतना ब्रूटल कैसा हो सकता है? तो छः दिन ही तो आसिफ कपूर को शादी हो गई और उनके खुशी के हिसाब से वो उतने दिनों में उनको पूरा बर्बाद कर दिया, उनकी लाइफ बर्बाद कर दी। वो एक गलत सीन।
Okay. Next question is, what motivates terrorism at a basic human level?
टेररिज्म को अभी क्या अब लोग टेररिस्ट ऐसा करते हुए तो हर एक इमोशन, लोगों के इमोशन के साथ खेल के उनको मैनिपुलेट करके उनको अपने तरफ खींच के लाते, और सामने वाले जो बंदा रहता है उसको समझ में नहीं आता रहता, पूरा मैनिपुलेट जब हो जाता है ना, फिर उनको ऐसा माइंड डाइवर्ट करके पूरा गलत काम कराते हैं। टेररिस्ट मतलब बॉम्बिंग वगैरह जितने भी है तो कराते हैं उनको। वो भी है, हम सिर्फ एक बोलते कि तो अगर ये तुम करे तो तुम्हारे लिए हेवन मिल सकता, ये काम करे तो तुम्हारे लिए कुछ अच्छा होगा, तो ऐसा मैनिपुलेट करके उनको गलत कर सकते हैं।
Yes, do you feel that really if they put something they will go to heaven?
If according to the how they think, जो हिसाब से जो गलत काम है, गलत को गलत तरीके से कर दो, गलत को गलत और सही को सही तरीके से समझ के चले तो उस हिसाब से अब सही काम कर दो, वो भी गलत रूप से जाके सही काम कर दो, उससे भी कुछ भी मतलब वो भी देखना पड़ेगा। तो बोल नहीं सकते क्या है कि अगर कुछ अच्छा काम था, सामने आने का दिल नहीं दुखा, कुछ अच्छा काम करे तो वो भी रास्ता हो सकता उसके लिए जगत में जाने।
Yeah, okay. Do you think that war is mandatory between two countries?
No ma'am, I did not think. Due to this war, lot of civilians also destroyed. उनके बहुत सारे फाइनेंशियल भी परेशानी आ सकती है। अभी देखिए जितना ये टेररिज्म चल रहा, पाकिस्तान में बहुत फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे, पॉवर्टी वगैरह थे, कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते।
Only financial problems?
बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं ना, अभी उनका लैक ऑफ वर्क्स नहीं उनके पास, ऐसी रोड पे फिरते कुछ काम नहीं, कुछ नहीं, और बहुत सारे वाटर फैसिलिटीज सही नहीं है, फूड फैसिलिटी सही नहीं है, इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट भी कभी सही नहीं होता। वो लोग उनके जो टेररिस्ट हैं उनके हिसाब से उनको भुगतना पड़ा।
War is happened between Pakistan and India. Okay, who will win according to you?
अब जैसा पावर है ना, नेवी सोल्जर पावर सबसे ज़्यादा उनसे ज़्यादा अपने पास है, और बहुत सारे बाहर कंट्री के भी अपन को सपोर्ट करने वाले लोग। और मैं जैसा ये टेररिज्म देखा ना, जैसा टेररिज्म का हुआ उसके कुछ पल बाद ऐसा नहीं होता, मतलब कतर सपोर्ट कर रहा, यूएसए सपोर्ट कर रहा, बहुत सारे डिफरेंट कंट्रीज उन लोग भी अपना गिल्ट फील बताए, गिल्ट फील कर रहा कि इतना ब्रूटली नहीं होना चाहिए, तो बहुत सारे जगह सपोर्ट भी करते हैं। तो वो हिसाब से देखा जाए तो इंडिया ही।
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Paul. There are two more friends are here with us to share their opinions. That is Umesh, hello Umesh, and Mani. These two are also belongs to first year BTech. Okay, Mani, many of your friends have shared many things about the Pahalgam attack. Okay, now I have a separate question to you. Can we stop these attacks and how?
हम लोग चीजें को बात समझ करके हम समझ सकते हैं, और वो लोग कोशिश नहीं करते क्योंकि किसी तरह का हम जैन करके देश कुछ भी ले सकते वो लोग सोचते। हमारे पास हम क्या सोचते कि शाम से मीटिंग करके हम उनसे उनको क्या चाहिए, हम लोग के हिसाब से हम उनसे पूछ सकते हैं, और वो लोग तैयार नहीं हो रहे इस तरह से।
If they ask in a very peaceful manner rather than attacking India, okay, or Kashmir, okay. Now, do you think that our government will give away the Kashmir if the talks are so peaceful?
No, not Kashmir, because Kashmir is one of the part of Indian country. Because Kashmir belongs to Indians only. But there are many Kashmir belongs to Pakistan. That is wrong. They cannot do also Kashmir belongs to Pakistan. If you go to class, no,
you told that Shami से पूछे तो हम
और क्या हम पूछ सकते हैं, समझ सकते हैं तो बात और कुछ भी नहीं, वो जान से
Okay, do you agree with Mani Umesh?
Yes, miss. मैं और चीज मैं बोल रहा हूँ इसमें ये लोग वार करने का पहले वो वार करने से पहले पैसा देगा, वो पैसे वो हम डेवलप करने में लगा सकते हैं और मीडिया को स्ट्रॉन्ग बना सकते हैं। जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को अफेक्ट कर सकते हैं, वो लोग जम्मू कश्मीर के गरीब लोगों को पकड़ के लोगों को मजबूर करते हैं, ब्रेन वॉश करते हैं, टेररिस्ट बनाने में मजबूर करते हैं।
So yesterday I have seen one video that in that video Salman told that we are not being identified because soon after the attack many Muslim people helped tourists who were in injured and he also gone to death. Okay, that happened there. So he was telling that, and Musalman बोल रहे थे YouTube video में, we are not being identified by the Indian people, though our people help the tourists. So do you think that is true?
Somewhat true, somewhat
But I have heard the day when I have heard about the Pahalgam attack. On that day itself, I heard that Hussein, who is Muslim, helped tourists. During that attack, after that attack, so how come it is true that Indian people are not identifying the help of the Muslims?
because it's not message जा रहा है Hyderabad में जा रहा है
It has happened in Pahalgam, but I came because to say that I am in Hyderabad. So how you can see that this news is not getting spread over? It's already spread. It happened in Kashmir. I came to know soon after this attack who helped. During the attack, not even after the attack. Okay, so still now you feel that Indians are not identifying the helpers whatsoever their religion.
I don't feel that.
और मुसलमानों को मिल रहे हैं तो क्या होगा कि इंडियन को आइडेंटिफाई करके इसको आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं वो लोग इंडियंस को आइडेंटिफाई कर पाते हैं इस वजह से और लोग कंडीशन की वजह से वो एक कर रहे हैं कारण है कि वो लोग हमारे लोग हैं कि वो लोग इस बारे में कुछ जानने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वो लोग गलत लोग को हम करते हैं तो हम अच्छे लोग नहीं हैं वो कंडीशन के वजह से सरकार की वजह से क्या हुआ कि मुस्लिम को बहुत ध्यान है और वो कंडीशन के क्या हुआ कि हिंदू लोगों ने अटैक करने के बाद वो जो लोग किया ना इंग्लिश के ऊपर जो हुई सब वो लोग के ये सब इंग्लिश से वो लोग इसकी वजह से था नहीं वो मुसलमान वो लोग क्या समझे कि हम लोगों को इतने साइडेड नहीं पता जो भी इंडिया का
Then my next question is, if we declare war, if our government declare war and if it is happened, if the declaration happens between two countries also, what do you think? No, if they were forced to get into the Pakistan into the war, okay, then according to your view, who will win?
Because India will
So what are the reasons why India won?
because Pakistan will not have that economy because they will not have that much money. वो लोग के पास उतना पैसा नहीं है कि वो उतना अच्छा कर सके वॉर के लिए उसके लिए वो तो पैसा लगता है मैन फोर्स लगता है तो पाकिस्तान के पास आई थिंक उतना नहीं है इसलिए तो वो लोग अभी ब्रिक बॉक्स में अटैक कर रहे हैं टेररिस्ट अटैक कर रहे हैं
सपोर्ट नहीं है क्योंकि वो लोग बहुत आए लोग ना उनके पास सिक्स सप्लायर्स हैं और अगर उनके पास पीपल भी सपोर्ट करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है वहाँ पर पाकिस्तान के अंदर क्या होता है उनके अंदर उनसे झगड़ा होता है एक रीजन इसकी वजह से पाकिस्तान बाहर जाने के लिए तैयार नहीं है भाई इस बात डिपेंड हो रही वो लोग अगर समझो पाकिस्तान में क्योंकि गलती उनकी कर रहे हैं वो लोग गलती नहीं मान के वो अपना बात कई नुकसान बहुत ज़्यादा हो सकता है और इंडिया की इंडिया वॉर का नहीं क्योंकि वो वॉर करने से इंडिया पहले से एक अच्छी वो दूसरों का इसको फाइट करने पड़ता है और एक बार की वॉर करने से यूसुफ पीपल को बहुत नुकसान होता है मेन थिंग ये
Thank you so much, Sumesh and Margaret. Next, I would like to introduce Divya, first year, B.Tech student. Hello, Divya. Yeah. Soon after you heard about the incident, what were your feelings?
I felt very sad because a lot of them was lost with one of the family members and they are really sad.
Okay, did they target only civilians or tourists?
No. Means they targeted like civilians as well tourists as well. Some of the high profile like
Okay, next question is, do you think that Indian government will catch all those terrorists? Okay, if you are the Prime Minister, what initiative into this attack?
I increase the more army, I increase the more army and like what the facilities to catch, to caught the terrorists. I'll do whatever from my side I will do.
So why is it important not to generalize or blame a whole religion for a few people's action?
Because they will manipulate, they will manipulate like religions and they will include some in some people and they will get manipulated and they will go through the religions to these terror attacks.
That's okay. Thank you, Nina. And the next one is Nitin, who is going to talk to us. Hello, Nitin. Nitin, according to you, as soon as you heard about the incident, how do you felt?
I felt sad, aggressive, and I wanted to. I'm hopeless on the that which was happened in the Kashmir.
Okay, you were not aggressive. That means at that very moment, how did you feel? That is what you want to do actually.
I want to. I do not want to choose the violence between both countries. I should go to the non-violence to clear this problem.
What is the actual reason for this attack, Nitin?
The actual reason for this attack is crossing the line of a controlled agreement of Pakistan. It is held on 1960 between the India and Pakistan.
What happened?
Pakistan crossed the limits of the agreement so that this is a reason for the attack Kashmir and Pakistan.
Okay, so if the problem is about Kashmir, why shouldn't we sacrifice?
We can't sacrifice the Kashmir for Pakistan because it's a part of our India country. And it is meaning.
Instead of facing these many deaths, why shouldn't we sacrifice it?
Actually, there is a lack of and it is a historical basis, like it is a increasing basis for our India. It increases our population and influence in our India. So we can't use a small piece of land to Pakistan.
Okay, then why Pakistanis are intended to capture the Kashmir? What are their benefits?
Pakistan has the less population in the country. So by taking the Kashmir to their control, they want to increase the population.
Okay, that means maximum people in the Kashmir are Muslims.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. In this incident, terrorist target is only civilians.
No. Terrorists target on both the civilians and individuals like influencers, leaders, and political leaders, etc. So,
Any political leader are included in that 26 numbers?
no. All the army people are involved in this attack.
Okay, why is Bharat strongly against violence?
The movement of Ahimsa which was created by Mahatma Gandhi. And we all are respected towards the movement and views.
Okay, thank you. Next, Tejashni is going to talk with us. Hello, Tejashni. Do you know about the incident? Yes. Okay, what is that?
The Pahalgam attack was happened 22nd.
Okay, what is the main reason for the attack according to you?
The main reason is that the recent Article 370 has been established and it was stopped like the year 2019. So due to this reason, the attack was happened in Pakistan.
And when the Article 370 has been started and when between the starting and ending, are there no attacks?
Yes, ma'am. There will be attacks being on others. On the part 14, most
armies who had died in the attack. But we have worked widely in Pakistan. So it cannot be reason. Only the Article 370 cannot be reason because even after the attacks have taken place, most of the imports and exports have been through the Jammu and Kashmir. Due to this also, they want
Any other reasons?
actually they want to move the India's headman. We can say that Jammu and Kashmir is the head of India. Okay, we can say that. Due to this reason also, mostly the attacks will happen to remove the head of India. And due to the Article 370, the instructions which were ruled and conducted by the whole India, that in Jammu and Kashmir, the rules were not they can decide their own decisions and they can explain their own decisions to the central government. Directly the central government can't take decision through this constitution. So we can say that due to the these reasons also attacks may happen.
My next question is, can we stop terrorism?
Yes, ma'am, definitely we can stop. But the ideologies of the people should be changed. Suppose the government decided one thing, but people should also encourage the government to implement the situations which were decided by the government. Here we can say that in Pakistan, the ideologies will be different. In India, the ideologies will be different. Rules will be different. So we can change. We have to change. The society should encourage the government by their decisions and follow the rules according to the government. And the discrimination should be stopped. Discrimination is the one of the things that for that reason the attacks were having taken place.
So, do you know what are the initiatives taken by the government to counter the attack?
Yes, ma'am. The central government has took a main role in taking decisions. In Arabian Sea, the central government has played armed force and navy force now to protect the India and to protect the Jammu and Kashmir from the attack.
Any other initiatives? What are the initiatives taken by the central government? Okay, protection area is one thing, and then many other decisions have been taken as well.
The central government took a decision that to stop the industrial treaty, the water treaty, because the water which are flowing to Pakistan, the 70% of water were used to our Jammu and Kashmir, these reasons.
Okay, any other initiations?
Stop the water flow, stop the rather than the visa act, because the Pakistan people should not be entered into the India. If entered, should leave from 1 hour to the 48 hours. They have a chance to leave from the India. But these can be taken by central government. Due to the visa, they should not be entered into the India.
So visa issue that means visa cancellations have been taken as an initiative.
Okay, Tejaswini, thank you. Thank you. Next, Adarsh is ready to speak to us. Hello, Adarsh.
Hello.
Okay, did you know about the incident?
Yes, ma'am.
What is this?
It is a Pahalgam attack.
Okay, actually, where it has been taken place?
Ma'am, it is different.
German. What is the particular part?
Pahalgam area.
Pahalgam area where it is located?
In German.
Right, okay. So, what is the main cause for this incident according to you?
Ma'am, to disturb the Indian economy and to distract everyone on and disturb Indian tourism on that place, because as terrorists want Jammu and Kashmir into Pakistan.
Okay,
So,
you know that to disturb the tourism.
Yes.
So, how far tourism is helping India?
Ma'am, tourism helps India to increase the Indian economy. Like everyone visit it, it grows its economy.
Okay, so why shouldn't we go through the violence to capture, that means to own our Kashmir? Actually, it is our Kashmir, but why shouldn't we go through violence?
No, as India, since we got India, we are going through listening that ahimsa dharma. We should not follow violence. We should cool down the situation by thinking calm and peacefully without going through the violence.
But they are hurting us, right?
Yes, ma'am. They are hurting us, but we can solve the situation under control without choosing violence. Like how they became terrorists, we can change their mind in that way to make them normal.
So why the people turn as terrorists, normal people, because terrorists are also human beings,
Yes.
right? So why the normal human beings turning as terrorists? What is your reason?
Yes, ma'am. There might be their family issues or something. Mostly the terrorists are orphans, because no one is there to tell them what is right and what is wrong. Their brains might get affected more by looking the situations and other people. In one stage they feel like that seeing the other person happy hurts them. So they wanted them to see sad. They become terrorists and make sense.
So if you are the Prime Minister, how do you react for this incident?
What actually they are doing is exactly right now. Without going directly in violence, they are stopping the water and sending the nationals back to their country and bringing our citizens.
Right, very good. Thank you, Adarsh.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce Gayatri. She is also from first year. Hello, Gayatri.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, Gayatri, I have a question. What is the main reason behind the Pahalgam attack?
The main reason behind the Pahalgam attack, when the recently article relocated by the government, the main reason behind that, and after Pulwama attack, the Kashmir and India live peacefully with happiness. So that some people are angry about India to do this. So this is the reason of the attack.
Okay, is there any other reason according to you?
According to me, no.
Yeah, very good. Okay, whenever you heard about this news, how did you respond?
When I heard about this incident, I'm very sad about this incident. Who are there enjoying happy? They suddenly happened. So I'm very sad about this situation. All of them are human beings, and why they killed the human beings. So I'm very sad. And who are the families are there? So government help their families. That is my opinion on this.
Because of this situation, is it necessary a war between two countries?
I think war between two countries is not necessary, because of war between two countries we can only encourage the violence. So I avoid the war between two countries. We can peacefully conducting meetings and some non-violence only we can solve this problem.
Thank you, Gayatri.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next student is Akshaya and also Archana. They're also from BTech first year. Okay. Hello guys. Hello. Okay, I think you know all the how it happened. Okay, that has been taking place on April 22nd, and how I think you know the details about that, and many of your friends have also shared. Okay, so I have some more questions to you. Okay, what do you mean by internet terrorism? Actually, I can you.
Internet terrorism means that domestic terrorism. The attackers and the victims are from the same country. The terrorism is happening in the same country of their own citizens.
Okay, do you have any knowledge about internet terrorism? Why it is happening?
Now it is the terrorists are from our country. They are self-motivating themselves and doing terrorism.
Okay, why?
Now because of money and all this, they are influenced by the party.
The influence by
Pakistan. Like PIR, there are some resistant groups are there. They were influenced by them. And because of poverty, they needed money. So if anyone says, if you get money by doing this, they will motivate by that also.
Many of your friends told that because of Article 370, when it has stopped, the attacks have been taking place. Okay, is that correct? Because of that, I think because when it has the Article 370 has been established, and when it has stopped in between also many attacks have been taking place. Then what is correct? Because of the Article 370?
After Article 370, we are in peace now, there is no attacks. So these attacks have been taken because of that reason.
Okay. According to the Indian government, they never punish culprits as soon as they catch them. So what is your opinion about that?
After they got from our like our Puranas, we should treat them in good manner because we should not punish them immediately. We should follow some rules and regulations, and even we should follow rules, and we have some laws. So we should follow laws and we should punish people. If we punish immediately, other actions will be also taken into account.
Actually, what my point is, if the people from other countries, okay, are attacking us, so how far it is correct that we should follow our Puranas and non-violence?
According to we should follow non-violence. We should go
So when they are attacking, we are losing many lives. Then why it is correct? Still, why we are stick on to the non-violence?
But should be by helping many innocent people will be also affected by this war. So we should be simple manner. We should punish them, but not in the violence. Like we should go peacefully.
Okay, if not violence, how we can protect our country?
But providing good security, good military forces.
Do you think that education is important to the people?
Yes, ma'am. By education, they will not even if anyone says they won't motivate, they won't motivate by the words which were said. And they by education they have some knowledge what is right and what is wrong.
They can differentiate. Okay. Now tell me, if our rulers are educated, how would be the country if they are not educated? How would be our country? What type of rulers do you want? Educated or uneducated? Okay, why?
I mean, if they are educated and know what is not, what is right, what are the rules and regulations, how far you can ask, if you take a lot of
Okay, Akshaya, so your friends, many of your friends told that because of Kashmir, all these attacks have been taking place. Okay, so what happened if we give Kashmir to Pakistan?
and because of Kashmir is the main part of India. See, it is the head part of the India as Bharat. If we give our India, formation is done. So that it should not Kashmir to Pakistan.
Actually, it's only one thing that we should not leave Kashmir.
Even water resources are in Kashmir, we are getting water. By the water only we are getting hydropower and irrigation facilities. If we give that, we will face problems with water. And also, if we give Kashmir, they are, for them it is easy to attack us.
Okay. Right, thank you.
Thank you.
So next student name is Vikram. Now Vikram is with us to talk to us. Okay, hello Vikram.
Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. So what is the main reason that people, normal people turns us terrorists?
Normal people turn terrorists. There are many reasons like they are getting influenced by another terrorist. Like some terrorists are taking young people, educate students from schools and taking them and influencing them to become terrorists.
So being a student, what is your responsibility towards the country to promote peace?
Being a student, we can do some small things for the country, like doing some good things for our country.
Good things means?
We can help old age people in buses, and we can spread good information, through our social media accounts. And we can use our phone, mobile. As we are young people, we can encourage many age groups, our age group people, we can encourage more to do things.
So how does education protect people from falling into hate traps?
Education gives us knowledge. With education, we can get some knowledge. With that knowledge, we can. With that knowledge, we can. In our schools, in colleges, teachers provide us more knowledge from what is good, what is wrong. They will tell us everything about generalized topics. By that we cannot fall into traps, influences of bad.
The government never punishes the terrorists after they catch.
Indian government, as per our constitution, we will first inquire, we will catch them. We will catch after catching them. First we will inquire that these people did that mistake or after catching them, if they are real terrorists, then we will punish them. Until that, we will keep them in jail. Because our India don't want to punish innocent people. Because our India is a democratic country.
So is it now in this situation, is it necessary to declare a war between two countries?
In this situation, there is.
In this situation means after the Pahalgam attack, is it necessary to declare a war between two countries?
In my point of view, there is we should not go to war between India and Pakistan. Rather, we can catch them and we can punish the 5 people who killed them. That is the best in my opinion.
If someone attacking us, should we keep calm?
No ma'am, if someone attacking us, we should punish who attacked us. But going to war and killing innocent people in the other country, I think so that is not.
Then how can we protect our country without going through the way of violence?
We can protect by like our PM and their PM, they can keep a meeting and they can spread information to their respective countries. Like you can.
Now in this situation, is it helpful to us? Whatever you told, the
that means both CM, PMs should sit together and have it,
Yes.
have it.
If our PM talks with Pakistani PM, he can convince their people, their country people, by telling
If it happens only with talks, if it happens, if everything is calm within the talks, why these many years this fighting has been resumed and why these attacks are taking place?
we can try now. Like PMs are changing from these many years. Any one PM can get good friendly.
So according to you, if we talk, if we sit together and have a talk, peaceful talk, so that this problem will be solved. So thank you, Ikram.